You're watching Friday Night Footy on Fox.
How are your nerves after that, Michael? Especially coming off a 5-day break as well.
Yeah, it's a factor, but that would be taking away from Sydney as well. We certainly don't want to do that. As we know, Sydney are a quality team. There was always going to be a point where they would challenge. So there might be some other factors that come into that, but certainly we don't take away what the opposition were able to produce, and we also don't take away from what we're able to hold on to. And I felt like we showed an incredible defensive resilience. I've heard lots of conversations about this group and this club about being able to defend for longer, and we were able to do that tonight because we lost some method around some contests. They were winning those battles. We were giving the ball back when we got it. So the only thing left for us was we just had to hold on and defend. So real credit to the group that they were able to just find some will, find some grit right at the end of the game, and we were able to win the game. So real credit to them.
How proud are you of that defensive group? I think you conceded something like 36 inside 50s in that second half. Last year, I know you weren't here, but you normally give up maybe 60 to 80 points off that, and this time they just kept repelling them. How proud are you of those guys?
I'm exceptionally proud they were able to do that. And sometimes you can come into these. We've had other games where you sort of look and think, geez, we were maybe lucky in the end to win, because we just it becomes so much about chaos, and we weren't able to recover it that well. In the final few minutes, we were able to find something. Somehow through that all chaos, we were able to still defend and be strong and repel any entries that were coming in. And there was some unbelievable efforts as well behind the ball, so that will certainly get acknowledged from us, that's for sure. And then in the last 5 minutes, you could just see we started to get some method back. We started to get some territory again. So I'm not sure where we found it, but it was certainly really timely.
Jacob Weary in particular on Buddy Franklin, so there were some massive one-on-ones at the end, weren't there? Pretty amazing. He was amazing. I'm not into sort of sitting here and lauding individuals. We all take a really selfless approach with what we try and promote inside the four walls, but you've got to acknowledge when it's right in front of you. And he was just, it was amazing. The amount of ball was coming there, and he just looked so safe and sure and strong. And if anyone had a will to win at the end, it was him. I guess it's the fourth time this year that you've been in a situation where you've had a big lead and you've almost given it up, but you have, on the flip side, you have actually hung on to win. How do you sort of view it? And is it like, do you see it as a positive that you're 8-2 and you're still, I guess you're learning, on the way through?
Every time you come into another game, when Oppo up their game, the quality has always been thrown at you. We don't necessarily look at any opposition more favourably than another. But there is a level of difficulty, and clearly the Swans bring that, and they challenge all phases of the game. I tend to sort of sit here and look at what we have got as opposed to what we haven't got. What we did have was incredible defensive resilience in the last half, and we needed it for the whole half. And to be able to find some of it again. What we got in the first half was some really exciting, exhilarating football, and we're able to get really strong field position and put them under pressure. Certainly felt the energy of the crowd. They were pretty excited, but as you look at the game as a complete package, there's some variability in that, but what underpins it is a real resilience amongst the group.
There was a pressure stat in the second quarter, Michael, which I think was 277 by you guys. I haven't heard of a figure, I stand to be corrected, that high before. It obviously dropped off a little bit in the second half, and it perhaps came back towards the end of the game, but I mean that just sort of typifies obviously what you're trying to do.
Absolutely, and that's what we hope that players are really clear on. I've spoken a fair bit around this, but the games that I've walked away from and reviewed, it's more been about staying at us for longer. And sometimes when an opposition throws some challenges at you, you just got to self-correct and slowly get your structure back and get back into the fight. And you have to do that. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer, but I've walked away from every game just going, we stick to our task, we maintain our intensity. We've got a model there that really works. Now we lowered our intensity and Swans were able to up theirs, and it got them back in the game. But I'm taking nothing away from what this group was able to produce today.